Hi, I'm Dan with GameSalute.com, and we're here at Gen Con 2010, and we're showing off a brand new game with Tim Fowers from Gabob Games. Okay, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
How's your Gen Con going so far?
Oh, it's fantastic. We're getting a lot of good response to the game.
And this is Wok Star. It's a game about you're working in a Chinese restaurant, and it's a co-op game where you're all trying to serve all your customers just like in a regular restaurant. You have limited resources and limited time. So why don't you just give us a quick overview of the game?
This is, I think somebody put it best, it's Hell's Kitchen, the game. It's all the excitement and chaos of that. Maybe as much yelling, but it's positive. You're the Wang family. You're trying to save your restaurant. Your loan is coming due in 6 days, and you've got to save your restaurant. And you all have different jobs, unique jobs to perform, and it's all under a timer.
So you've got two timers here. How does that work? Is that for each card? Or?
So at the beginning of the day, every player rolls his dice. We flip a timer and flip the first card. We have this much time to serve this customer.
So we need to get egg drop soup made for this customer, and I assume that if we succeed, we get $2.
Yes, this is what they want. This is how much they're going to pay. And so the player that has egg drop soup has to serve that player. So he's like, okay, I need chicken broth and eggs. And he's like, well, there's an egg out there, but we're out of chicken broth. So I need some chicken broth. So he calls over to the guy that's in charge of chicken broth with some other player. And he's like, okay, I need a 5 to make chicken broth. So he's like, okay, here's a 5, and they can swap dice. He can spend that 5 to move it up.
And at the start of the game, every player gets 3 dice.
Yes.
And you roll them for the round.
Yes.
And then you've got these to spend however you want,
yeah.
but you can only use it once per round.
Yes.
Once it's on the card, it's on there.
Yes. And you get them back the next round, but these dice have to make it through this day.
And I see we have more dice here. We have 3 for each of those colors. How do we get more dice?
But you actually earn them in a kind of an experience level. The more customers you can personally serve, your dice pool will grow.
So if you're the egg drop soup guy and you serve a bunch of customers egg drop soup.
Yes, you'll go up to however many.
Cool. So you got the little track here. The ingredients go up based on what you buy them or make them.
Yeah.
And then you can spend them, and you're doing this every turn. You just keep
yes.
going.
So the egg drop soup, he's like, okay, now I've got the broth that I need. And so this player is now going to move these down 1. Customer served, he takes the card. We flip the other timer and go on to the next one. Oh, it's another egg drop soup, but now we're out of eggs, and so it goes. Because we're always serving someone. It's always cycling. But the preparations have to happen while that's going on. There's no break for those guys. But other players can be manipulating the board, asking each other for dice. It's really this amazing teamwork.
Yeah, it really sounds like Hell's Kitchen, the game, or kind of a pit, like that real style. I haven't really seen too many real-time co-op games, so that seems very interesting.
Yeah, between rounds you have a break. It's not constantly, but you serve all these customers, then you pool your money, and you're like, okay, how are we going to grow the business? And you have to invest in your business. You can upgrade preparations and make them more profitable. You can buy new recipes, and you have to figure out how to expand enough to prove to the bank that you're not going to go out of business. And yes.
So I see we have bad publicity over here. How do we get that?
If you ever can't serve someone, well, first of all, if they're late, you still serve them, but you take it face down. But even worse, if you can't serve them, they're like, you know what, we can't serve you. They go over to the bad publicity. If we ever get 8 cards here, game's over.
And the events cards you have?
The events,
how do those come up?
Yeah, the events are we shuffle 2 of these in per round. These are just little things, some good, some bad, that just kind of put some spice in each day.
Okay.
And
why don't you give us an example of one of those, your favorite?
My favorite is free meat. It's you get resourceful and find yourself some meat. But there's the critic shows up. Food spoils, or a busload of people show up. You got to serve 2 people under one timer, and just usually, if you hustle, you can work through them as a team.
That's great. And so, about how long does the game take generally?
It's about an hour, but it's actually shorter for fewer players.
Okay. And it plays 2 to 4 players.
1 to 4, actually.
1 to 4.
It's cooperative.
Very good. And how is this available now? You did a small print run for Origins, I believe.
Yes, we've just announced another print run of about 500 copies. We're taking pre-orders until August 20th. On WokStarGame.com, and after that we're hoping to get to retail, but right now the only way to get it is pre-order.
Okay, and if people want to find out more about your company in general, you guys do some video games and stuff, they can go to Gabob.com, that's Gabob.com, and then WokStarGame.com is WOK, so it's not walk with an accent, it's Wok Star.
Yeah, party like a Wok Star.
There you go. Great, well, is there anything else you wanted to share with us about the game at this point?
No, just thanks for all the response. We've had great community response, and just tell people about it, because it's a really different game, and thanks for all the help.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to playing it myself and trying it out. I missed the first run. I was really disappointed by the time I heard about it. It was sold out at Origins. So then I had signed up for a little pre-order notification. I just got an email here at the show that they were starting the new pre-orders. So I'm excited to pick that up. So check that out. It's Wok Star. Thanks, Tim from Gabob. I appreciate you talking with us.
We'll see you later. All right.